The word warrior gets thrown around a lot. People say it with admiration, with sympathy, with hope, sometimes without really knowing what it means. But in the cancer journey, warrior isn't a fancy title. It's not a motivational slogan printed on a poster. It's not about being fearless, strong, or unbreakable. The real meaning of warrior is so much deeper, so much more human, and so much more honest. Today, we're exploring the truth behind that word, the truth no one explains until you've lived it. Because being a warrior in the cancer journey isn't about winning every battle. It's about showing up, even on the days when you can barely lift your head. It's about facing storms you never asked for, and still choosing to hold onto the tiniest spark of hope. People love calling cancer patients warriors. They say it with warmth. They say it to offer strength. They say it because they don't know what else to say. But for many going through this journey, the word doesn't always feel like a badge of honor. Sometimes it feels like pressure. Pressure to be strong. Pressure to be inspirational. Pressure to smile when everything hurts. But the real meaning of warrior has nothing to do with pretending to be okay. If anything, it's the opposite. A real warrior is someone who learns to carry their truth, even when that truth is heavy. A warrior isn't fearless. They feel fear deeply. They feel uncertainty. They feel the weight of every diagnosis, every treatment, every piece of news that changes their life in seconds. Yet they keep going not because they're invincible, but because life keeps asking them to take one step forward. And even when their steps become slow, shaky, or uncertain, they still try. People imagine warriors as powerful, as heroic, as confident. But in reality, warriors cry in bathrooms. They sit awake at night, thinking about their families. They question everything they thought they knew. They feel anger, sadness, confusion, and grief not just for their health, but for the life they used to have before cancer forced its way in. And even these moments, the quiet, unseen ones, are part of what makes them warriors. Because a warrior isn't defined by the strength they show the world. They're defined by the strength they show themselves when no one is watching. During the cancer journey, there are days that don't feel fighting at all. There are days where the body feels exhausted, the mind feels drained, and the spirit feels thin. There are days where it feels impossible to eat, impossible to sleep, impossible to smile. A warrior isn't someone who rises above those days, they're someone who survives through them. Someone who acknowledges, this is hard, without letting that truth destroy their will to keep going. And let's be honest, the cancer journey is not a straight line. It doesn't follow rules. It doesn't care about your plans, your dreams, your responsibilities. It barges in like a storm, rearranging everything. One moment, you're living your life. The next, you're sitting in a cold room, listening to a doctor explain something you never thought you'd hear. That moment breaks something inside you, but it also awakens something resilient, something stubborn, something brave in ways you never imagined. That spark is the real warrior spirit. But that spark doesn't always burn steadily. Some days it flickers. Some days it dims so low, it feels like it might go out. Warriors know this feeling intimately. They know the strange silence that follows a difficult test result. They know the sinking fear that accompanies every new scan. They know what it's like to walk into treatment rooms, carrying hope in one hand and fear in the other. And yet, they walk in anyway. That's what makes them warriors, not their ability to eliminate fear, but their willingness to walk beside it. As treatment begins, everything changes. The body transforms. Hair falls. Energy fades. Appetite shifts. The mirror becomes a place of unfamiliarity. Some people say, "You look strong," not realizing that strength isn't always reflected in appearance. Strength shows up in the quiet commitment to keep showing up to treatments. It shows up when a warrior drags themselves out of bed, even when every bone aches. It shows up when they sit through hours of chemotherapy, repeating silent prayers in their mind. It shows up in the rare smile that still manages to appear, even on the toughest days. A warrior isn't someone who never falls. They fall often. They break often. But they rise, not because rising is easy, but because staying down feels impossible. Deep inside them is a determination rooted not in perfection, but in desire. The desire to live, to love, to see another sunrise, to hold their family again, to feel normal, even for a moment. And that desire is stronger than any weakness. They choose to love themselves even when their body feels foreign. They choose to fight not with fists, but with courage. A warrior is also someone who allows others to help. Someone who accepts support. Someone who understands that accepting a hand isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Warriors cry on shoulders. They ask questions. They express fears. They allow others to walk beside them. Because in the cancer journey, warriors don't fight alone. They fight with the people who love them, the doctors who guide them, the caregivers who stay awake all night, the friends who sit quietly in waiting rooms. The real meaning of warrior includes community. It includes the child who holds a parent's hand, the spouse who whispers comforting words, the friend who brings meals they spent hours cooking, the nurse who gives hope through kindness, the doctor who stays late making sure every detail is right. These people are warriors too, crafted from love. And then there's the emotional battlefield. The part no one sees. The part that's not written in medical charts. The part where warriors rebuild their identity while navigating fear. Cancer doesn't just affect the body. It affects the mind, the future, the relationships, the flow of everyday life. Warriors carry all of this, the invisible weight that follows them everywhere. And they still find ways to smile, to hope, to dream. True warriors aren't made the day they receive a diagnosis. They're made in the days that follow. The days when they choose to believe that their story isn't finished yet. They're made in every treatment session, every hospital visit, every moment they gather strength they weren't sure they had. They're made in the laughter that somehow survives the pain, the conversations that bring comfort, the courage shown in vulnerability. Warriors are made from resilience, not perfection. And the truth is, no two warriors look the same. Some warriors are loud and fiery. They face cancer head-on with boldness. Others are quiet, reflective, gentle in their strength. Some warriors uplift others while fighting their own battles. Some barely speak, but carry a calm determination that inspires everyone around them. Some warriors celebrate tiny victories. Some warriors sit in silence, processing the weight of it all. Every version is valid. Every version is powerful. Because warriors don't follow a script, they follow their heart. As people begin healing physically, emotionally, mentally, another kind of warrior emerges. This warrior faces the aftermath, the fear of recurrence, the healing of scars, the rebuilding of identity. Life after cancer can be just as challenging as the battle itself. But warriors learn to navigate this new world, step by step, moment by moment. They rediscover joy. They relearn trust. They learn to love a body that has fought fiercely for them. And slowly, they realize something profound. They are still whole. They are still worthy. They are still here. The real meaning of warrior goes beyond survival. It becomes a reminder that strength isn't defined by results. Strength is defined by resilience, by courage, by the willingness to show up again and again. A warrior understands that healing isn't linear. There are setbacks, fears, memories that resurface at unexpected times. But warriors also understand that every day they wake up is another victory. Every breath is another chance. Every moment of peace is a gift earned through so many battles. And perhaps the most powerful truth is this: warriors learn to live with gratitude. Not because their journey was easy, but because they now understand the value of every moment. They don't take love lightly. They don't overlook small joys. They don't forget the strength they found in places they never thought to look. Being a warrior doesn't mean being unbreakable. It means being beautifully human. It means walking through darkness and still believing there's light ahead. It means crying when it hurts and smiling when it heals. It means accepting both fear and hope as companions. It means understanding that bravery doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, "I'll try again tomorrow." That is the real meaning of warrior. Not perfection, not fearlessness, not victory over illness, but courage, raw, honest courage shown in everyday moments. If you've ever felt the weight of this journey, hear this clearly. You are already a warrior, not because you're unbreakable, but because you refuse to stop trying. Your story matters, your journey matters, and your strength, no matter how quiet or subtle, has more power than you know. This world sees you. Your courage inspires more people than you realize. And whether today feels like a battle or a breath of relief, you are still standing. And that makes you a warrior in the truest sense.